When you arrive at Kinnick Stadium, you know what's in store. Hard nose, toughness, defense, and you better bring your hat and be ready to strike somebody when you come into this black and gold cauldron to take on the Hawkeyes. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As we'll see the #1 team in the country, the Nebraska Cornhuskers, taking on another team from the Big Ten, the Iowa Hawkeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. So Iowa's offense will get the first crack at it here. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred, because it's a rivalry game, but keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
And the Hawkeyes are in the hurry-up. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And the quarterback is snowed under.
Well, this guy's really feeling it. Of course, last week he had 2 sacks, and here he is in this one registering his first. This guy very quickly is making a name for himself as one of the best pass rushers in college football.
Quickly complete. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. Trying to find his man on first down. Zings it complete to the right. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down.
It's really hard when you get in those predictable situations. Defenses are sitting on the sticks. Receivers have to understand where that first down marker is. Heads up play, nose for the first down marker. Get in there and get it.
Not many hiccups on this drive, but it's 2nd and 13 now. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Looking to throw on 2nd down. He's got his man. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down.
It's really tough on offenses when defenses know what you got to do. You got to pass the football. They're in man.
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. He spent his whole career in the backfield, now 40 career sacks.
That is absolutely insane. A guy that can get to the quarterback that much. You know where he's at, Paul. He's on the end of the line of scrimmage most of the time. You're pointing to him. There's the guy we got to make sure that doesn't make the play, and he gets to the quarterback time and time again.
There are very few players, I think, in college football, David, that you need to know where they line up each and every play because they are going to disrupt everything. This guy has been that all throughout his career. 40 sacks. That is unbelievable.
The Hawkeyes will line up to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin them deep. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. The Cornhuskers offense has its first opportunity of the day. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
Well, when you talk Nebraska football, it always comes down to their ability running it on offense, whether it's the option or whether it's conventional. They've got a long and illustrious history of great running backs, and this guy is on the field for a reason. His vision, his ability to make people miss, run with toughness, he can do it all.
Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Right back to the well. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. We anticipate this one being much tighter than the last time these two met when it was a blowout, David.
And here's the thing. You got an opportunity right now. You got the football early in this game to show you. This is going to be more of the same, Palmer.
Well, we talked to both coaching staffs and players, and they're all very aware of what happened the last time these two teams played. So expect everybody's A game today. Reese, you're right. We expect this one to be a lot tighter.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Looking to pass on second down. The quick out. Running toward the tape. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. First and goal from the 9.
You're going to be a quarterback in the Heisman race. You've got to win games, and you've got to put up big numbers, and that's exactly what this guy has done all season long. Top 10 in the nation.
And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Cornhuskers! And it feels good to land that first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing it at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board first.
And settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. They reached deep in the playbook, used almost all of them, it seemed, Jesse, and still ended up having to punt last time.
And I think on this next drive, David, you can go back to some of the stuff that worked that last drive.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. And that big, bad Husker front just keeps wreaking havoc in the backfield.
I mean, that's what you want. You want the defensive line to dominate the football game. You don't want to have to blitz and bring all these extra bodies. And this defensive line, this black shirt defensive line, is doing their job.
They go to the ground. And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call.
Hold it.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Now on second down. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. And down he goes back at the 3.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want, because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Breaks the tackle. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. And the Hawkeyes will send out the punt unit. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. And, David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now, because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
On second down, just keeps firing. Dances away from the heat. Going to try to get it himself. I know you want to prepare for every game the same way, but there's just something different about rivalry games, Jesse.
It's because, Reese, I think players are aware that games like this define your legacy as a player. Your record in rivalry games is something that people are going to talk about for years and years down the road. You have got to show up and play your best football in games like this.
And the Huskers with the 1st and 10. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Steps away. A shot toward the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Nebraska!
Yeah, coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. To the ground with the back. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. We've reached the end of one, and as is tradition here in Iowa City, we take a moment to say hi to the children of the University of Iowa Stead Family Children's Hospital. Hello, kids. Always a treat to be here at Iowa and take part in a special moment. Hope these kids enjoy the rest of the game as we play on into the second quarter. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Back to the ground with the running back. Gets away from one, finds room. Open runway ahead. At the 20. Touchdown, Iowa! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next one.
He is smashing people. In his sophomore season, he's really learned to find that running room.
This is an offense that really sees their identity as being able to run the football. Nice job there picking up the first down.
You open a drive like that, and the entire playbook opens up on first down from the 44. Quick completion on the out route. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Husker!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And he did get that extra point through with no problem, despite the snowy surface. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Iowa has the ball back on offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Takes the easy one to the back. And he's dragged down. The Hawkeyes moving quickly to the line. Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon.
Encroachment. Defense.
Contact in the neutral zone leads to that penalty. Good news for the offense. A costly penalty for this defense gives him a 1st and 10. He's going to pass. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
Fast motion from the offense. He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion. I'm not positive, but that 1st down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And the quarterback caught up 2 and sacked at the 12.
I tell you what, if I'm this QB, I am ill as a hornet at my offensive line. Are you kidding me? That's the 6th time they put me on the ground. Dudes, will y'all protect me a little bit better, please?
And the Hawkeyes will punt it away on 4th down. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. It's complete on the right side. Oh, the sweet feet. And eventually taken down, but what about that spin move? Gives him the 1st down yardage.
This guy's in the Heisman picture because his stats are just ridiculous, and he threw for over 300 yards last game out. He's putting up another monster game here today, guys.
Able to get 1 down to the 15.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays, but sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well, but if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing.
Touchdown, Cornhuskers! And they take it in for 6 more points. They say there's no more loyal fan base than the one at Nebraska. Well, this guy is becoming their hero with this performance.
And Nebraska fans have a special place in their heart for a quarterback that can run it, that can throw it, show you all the dimensions of their game because they've had so many great ones in the past. And this guy, he looks like the future.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quick.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game, but I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
The Hawkeyes will hustle to the line. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. On target over the middle. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the 1st down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play.
All kinds of room to the right. Running inside the 20. And he'll take it in. They couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown, Hawkeye!
Man, I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that. And he can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners. When he kicked it in gear, he got the long touchdown.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Rasmussen. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth. I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. He finally goes out of bounds after the explosive play, but now the question is, did the official see something to bring it back? Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. After getting moved back, it's 1st and 20. He wants to throw it. Rifles it down the middle. And is knocked away and incomplete. The defensive back staying in phase and batting it away.
Well, guess who? They're taking a shot to the guy that's just been torching this defense in the entire first half. He's already got over 100 yards, so why not try to add to it and force this defense to prove that they can cover him? They did do a nice job right there. That's not the last time this guy's going to see the ball thrown his way.
Quarterback checking the play. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Quickly out to the tight end. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the 1st down.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job for him.
And he hauls it in inside the 30. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
And he shows you the arm right there, but I tell you what, I've been impressed with this young man and his ability to do both. Rush, throw, lead a team, put up huge numbers in the top 10 in total TDs, running and passing. And this
touchdown, Nebraska! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback and wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And the returner will be brought down. Iowa has the ball back on offense. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the first half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my go-to guy at receiver. Who can I count on one-on-one to go and make me a play? Maybe even one-on-two. Who can go up, catch the ball, get us some yards, and get us some points.
A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. They'll start this one from the 29 on 1st down. He wants to throw. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack.
I think this quarterback now at this point is looking over to the sideline saying, hey, can we just not throw it anymore? I mean, my guys, they can't block for me. I've got no chance back here. We need to just run the ball from this point on.
And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack. And we might as well state the obvious. 1st and 2nd down didn't work out. 3rd and very long.
You got to be impressed with this defense early in this game, guys. They've got a big lead because they are getting after the quarterback. They've already generated multiples.
And he breaks into the open. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the... And they got him for the sack. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. And he'll chuck it into the cheap seats there and save the down. Nobody getting open there. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And they get him down for the sack, and they'll go to the locker room feeling good about their pass rush. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. This almost certainly will be the final play of the half, so they'll give it a try on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Thanks so much, guys, and I need not tell you, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotion, and no surprise, we saw just that in the first half today. And we have to start this halftime breakdown by addressing the play of this elite wide receiver. This is clearly a young man who, once he's finished playing on Saturdays, he's going to be playing on Sundays. The kid has different gears. He has a knack for finding gaps in the defense. And I can't remember a college player with that kind of catch radius. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
Kickoff and kickoff return teams on the field, and we're just about ready to go in the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up.
Got a lot of running room. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
Yeah, this offense has had their way with this defense, and they've had a lot of success. And I tell you what, if this defense wants any chance of coming back, they better get physical and stop the run, because right now, this offense is having their way.
He now has 91 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. Finds his big tight end. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
And that's why they got to keep running the football, man, because play action is going to be a big part of this game plan. You've got to get this tight end over the middle of the field vertically and give him an opportunity, because you just saw how dangerous he is after the catch.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Throws toward the end zone. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be 3rd down. That last incomplete pass has him staring at a 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for it. At the 20, he's got space. Touchdown, Huskers! And the pummeling has started. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Palmer.
And I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on 3rd down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
On 2nd down, he'll fire. Grabbed behind the line. It's Fowler. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
This has been a frustrating day, and I'm not sure it's going to get any better. You're already down huge. Listen, this offense can't protect this quarterback. They don't do anything right now. This defense has had their number all game long.
There he goes. Open it up. Found a lot of running room before he goes out of bounds, and what a way to build a little momentum. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job, opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. The give to the back. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating him up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great
Touchdown, Cornhuskers! And the punishment has been extended.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
14.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Iowa has the ball back on offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. It's amazing how play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want it.
Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. And the returner will be dragged down. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. And he makes the catch inside the 20. Touchdown, Nebraska! And the beatdown has ensued.
How about that? His second receiving touchdown of the ball game. Find ways to get your athletes the ball. They'll do the rest. That's number 2. They better start playing some better defense, or number 3's coming soon.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
14.
Let's see what he can do with the return. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. So we'll see this offense make its way out to start the drive. And the pass is incomplete, but there is a flag, and that receiver might have used a push-off to get free. A penalty on the play, and it looks like offensive pass interference. A first down for the offense. Use the play fake, now to throw. And down he goes back at the 3.
Well, the offense got themselves into trouble. They're back in their own end. It's an obvious passing situation, so the defense is just pinning their ears back, and they're trying to get after him. They could not allow him to escape, step up, get rid of the football. They take a sack very close to the goal.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Pocket starts to collapse. They get to him as he throws. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the Hawkeyes will bring the punt team onto the field. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike scored. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
And I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make...
He's going to let it go. He makes a grab. Touchdown, Husker. And the route is on.
Have a day, young fella. I foresee some social media posts in his future. Not 1, not 2, but 3 receiving touchdowns on the day. What a ball game.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too.
The expressway is wide open. Inside the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Iowa! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Yeah, offensive line, give me a crack. I'll do the rest. How about the Jets? The speed. He just turns it on, going 70-plus to the house. What a huge play by the running back.
He'll try to tack on one more. Bangs it through for an extra point. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. He'll bring it out. It's Rasmussen. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. He's going to pass. Got the quick pass. And another big game for this offense. They are putting explosive pass after explosive pass up in this one.
And, man, this guy's shown you the whole gamut, the whole arsenal. Like, he can run, he can throw, he can handle the moment, he can handle pressure. I'm interested to see how he finishes this season. He's already in the top 10 in total touchdowns, rushing and passing. Had a phenomenal year. Now is the time late in the season when you can go win those individual awards.
Going up top on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. He hurls one deep down the left side. A full dive to haul that one in.
And how about the year he's put together? I mean, he is in the top 10 in passing in college football, obviously. And obviously, they're talking about him for the Heisman. But just a guy you've been able to trust, a dynamic passer, throwing the football all over the yard. This
touchdown, Cornhuskers! And the stomping has commenced. They have not been able to cover this guy all day.
No, I tell you what, this offense is featuring him. They're doing a really good job. This guy is explosive. He's dynamic. He's making big plays. And, heck, yeah, I'm going to get him the football as many ways as I can. Kudos to the offense for finally getting him.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Iowa has the ball back on offense. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you...
Nothing but green ahead. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a 1st down.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws, just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot.
And he can't escape, and down he goes.
This is just so demoralizing. You want to talk about taking a game over. That's what this defense is doing right now. They are just winning in the trenches. They're easily the more athletic and more physical unit up front, dominating this O-line.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack. The Hawkeyes send out the punt unit. A high kick. Let's see if he can pin him back deep in their own end. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Good field position here as they start this drive from their 43. Trying the left side. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the third quarter. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Nebraska is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Looking for a crease to the left. At the 40, there he goes. And there they go again, another huge gain on the ground.
And I tell you what, we can focus on the left side of the line of scrimmage because that's where the play starts. But you don't get big gains when you run out wide unless wide receivers, yes, wide receivers, commit to blocking, staying on their guys. Really good job on the outside by giving the running back space to make the big play.
And that defense doesn't allow a cutback, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
They make the stop after a pickup of 3. Ball's at the 18. The Huskers have taken it inside the 20. They move the tight end all over. To the ground to try to move the chains. Fights his way for a couple, but stops short of the marker. It's 4th and 1. No signs of any kind of kickers. They'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. On 4th down, flexing that muscle in the run game. Touchdown, Nebraska! And the pummeling has started. And that might be a dagger. They push the lead out, and they are now setting their sights on their 12th straight win. And they add the extra point to finish the drive. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee, and they'll bring it to the 25. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs a...
He lobs one high down the left side. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on 1st down.
You know, it's one thing to take shots early in a game when the defense may not be expecting it, but at this point, 4th quarter, you're trailing by a lot. They know you're going to do it, and the defense was expecting that one. Great job in the back end.
Quickly complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain. They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. After the quarterback and receiver couldn't connect, it's 2nd and 10. The aerial assault continues. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Makes the grab outside. It's Ivory.
It's hard to run a route or get lost near the sidelines and understand exactly where you're at. Nice job understanding I was starting to get close to the sidelines, throttling down a little bit, catching the football and making sure I was in bounds.
They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense to be.
He's off to the races. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. And another big play by this offense, and if they are playing, not thinking about the scoreboard at all, there's evidence of it right there.
Hey, if there's time on the clock, as a defense, stop us. Because we're not stopping ourselves. We're going to continue being aggressive. We're going to continue trying to score points. That's the aggressive nature of this football team.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Smith wants to throw. Quick completion on the out. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Nice throw, nice catch, great completion on that out route. Sometimes those quarterbacks, when they see that early, they can make that jump and get that pick six. So those are dangerous routes to throw, but it worked for him there.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He's looking to throw. A little screen to the running back. And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag.
Holding. Offense.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Let's see what they've got on second down. He's looking to throw. Feeling some heat. And the freshman will chalk up a sack. The Cornhuskers want to crank the tempo. Third down, they got to get it to Neptune. He'll have to launch a rocket. He throws into the middle of the field.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're third and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Now he'll throw back into the middle. And it's incomplete way downfield, and the defense rises to the occasion. First down here for the offense. He's looking to throw it. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. And the defense snatches it, and they've reversed the field. Touchdown, Husker! The defense takes matters into their own hands. The lead keeps growing, and so do the accomplishments. Moments away from a perfect regular season at 12-0.
And the defense comes with the blitz. Nice job getting to the quarterback. And don't just get there. Try to strip that football out. They get the QB to the ground. The ball's out. They scoop it up, take it all the way back to the house for 6.
Iowa has the ball back on offense. To the air on first down. Quickly to the tight end. At the 35, he's loose. Oh, look out. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before it's finally stopped.
You know, as the head coach of this team, this is one positive you're going to take away from this game, is that your players don't quit, and they're still willing to fight. There's obviously a lot of things they've got to iron out offensively, and we've seen that today. But I do love the grit they're showing here late, still trying to make plays.
Got it behind the line. It's Fowler. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Short completion last play. Let's see if they throw it again. Defense might bring the house here. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. This is a 3rd and long.
The defense is just killing it. Success after success after success. If I'm the offense, I got to change something up, or my quarterback's going to be forced to change because he's going to be in the injury team.
And the Hawkeyes will try to pin them back with the punt. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. And now one of the most satisfying moments in football, just watching that clock drain, just causing wreckage in the secondary. That run epitomizes a veteran, savvy senior who knows how to find space.
And punch to the gut when you know you're losing, and you know you got to get a stop, and you know they're going to run the football, and they still run the football down your throat. It's been that kind of day for this defense.
Cranking up a drive like that can really get you going. It's 1st down from the 44. The give as they work on that clock. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
And this is exactly where you're going to be as an offensive coordinator. Like when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, eat the clock. Man, they put a good day together. They've had their way with this defense. A lot of positive things to point to. This is one of those weeks when you watch tape, it's going to be really fun to watch. Not like when you get beat up. A lot of big plays from this offense.
And the Huskers will snap it on 1st and 10. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Someone moved a little early, and the offense will go backward.
False start. Offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Back behind the chains, 1st and 15. Running behind that left side. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. And on 2nd down for this offense. They'll run it to the right. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
You know what's great about rivalry games? Each side hates every wretched breath the other one sucks into their greedy lungs. Figuratively speaking, of course, and when you win, oh,